Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am Bill. This is Senior Talking Walks. Today we're going to continue our chord series. You know, if you've been following the channel, we did G, we did C, and today we're going to do the third most popular guitar chord, D. Ladies and gentlemen, I've told you many times, if you know these three chords, you can play thousands of songs. So in just a minute, we're going to get started. We've done G, we've done C. Today, we're doing the big D chord. Don't go away. All right, as I said, today we're going to do the great D chord. I'm telling you, this chord it shows up in thousands and thousands of songs. If you just look through chord charts and song charts, you'll see G, C, D. Well, we've already done G and C. We're going to do D today, and then I'm going to show you how you can transition very easily from D to C, from D to G, and all the way around. Because once you know all three of those chords, my goodness, you guys are almost there. Believe me. You know, you see a lot of videos on YouTube that say, I'm going to teach you how to play the guitar, and they're doing all these riffs and all this stuff and all this fancy stuff. That's not me. I'm going to show you how to play where you can sit around the campfire. You can play at your church, you can play at home, wherever you want, because you know the chords. Once you know the chords, that's it. If anybody ever sits down and gives you a piece of music material and say, hey, play along with this, it's just going to have the chords there for you. C, D, G, A minor, F, and you just follow along with that. So that's why it's so important to learn these chords. So today, as I said, we're going to learn the third most popular chord, which is D chord. Now, D is one of the easiest chords to play, and there's a lot of derivatives of D. There's D, there's D minor. Remember what I said about those minors? Uh-oh, listen to the difference. Major, 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 everything's fine, everybody's having a good time. Then the minor. Uh-oh, drama. Where are we going? Where are we going? And then we have the D7th, which we call the transition chord because you're going to go to somewhere else. You're gonna go right to another chord, which is up the scale. It's like D7. Here we go. And you're just gonna go right on to the next one. But we're not gonna mess with that today. I'm gonna show you those. But today we're gonna learn the D chord. Now, the D chord takes place on the second and third fret. Follow along with the little charts, okay? The second and third fret. D, D, D. Your first finger goes on the third string, second fret, okay? Your second finger underneath it, two strings underneath it to the first string, second fret, and then your third finger over here gets the second string on the third fret. That's the only thing on the third fret, okay? So it's first finger, second fret, third string, second finger right underneath it to the first string over here, and your third finger right up here to the second string, third fret, okay? See where my thumb is? I know you've seen my videos, and if you have, you know I'm always preaching about getting that arm up underneath there. Because if you don't, if you have it like this and you have your wrist kind of twisted this way, that's what the chords are going to sound like. But you have that thumb underneath there and shift that arm underneath, your fingers are going straight down onto the fret. Listen to the difference. Listen to that difference. When you do D chord, you're hitting strings 5 through 1. 5 being way down here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay? Hear the difference? Because you can hear that. It's right in there. Right where you want to be. You start with 5 and go all the way down to 1. Okay? Listen to that. You just play that and play that. Keep your arm up underneath there. Make sure every note sounds. Okay, let's start with the fifth. Fourth, third, second, first. Go backwards, second, third, fourth, fifth. D, D, D. What a pretty chord that is, huh? And as I said, if we wanted to do a D minor, it's so easy to. And And you might as well know this as we're talking about derivatives of the major. This is the major chord, D. D minor, you just move your first finger to the first fret, first string, your second finger to the third string, second fret, and then your third finger over here on the third fret, second string. Listen to that, listen to that. D, D minor, D minor, D minor. It happens on the first, second, third fret. Practice going from that. Practice doing that D, 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 D minor. D, 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 D minor. D, 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 D minor. Look at that D minor. Look at these charts. Look at that easy, easy chord. All right? D, D, D. Okay, I showed you D minor. Let's look at D seventh too. Okay, it's just that chord that I said we're going to. First finger, second string, first fret, second finger, third string, second fret, and then you bring this third finger all the way down to the first string, second fret, and then you're hitting 4 strings, 4 down, 4 to 1. That's D seventh, D seventh, D seventh. Now transition from D to D seventh. D to D7. Look at that. Now, the very first video that we did in this chord series was G. Remember G, remember G. Your first finger goes here on the second fret, 5th string. Your second finger goes over here. Sometimes it's easier to actually place your second finger and third finger first, because some people like to play G chord that way. It's just your second finger on the 6th string and your third finger on the 1st string on the 3rd fret. And you're actually, this finger, your second finger is deadening out the second string a little bit, because you're not going to hit, you don't want that one to show up anyway. But if you want that bass, got to get that bass. Come on, want that bass, want that bass. Well, you use this first finger and you bring it over here on the 2nd fret, 5th string, okay? Right there. So now you got, and a lot of times the easiest way to do it is to go ahead and place your fingers in the G chord with your second finger, 6th string, third finger, 1st string, and then lay your first finger down into the 2nd fret on the 5th string. G, G. So let's go from G, G, G. Do it 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to D. What we just learned. D. 2, 3, 4, 5. Back to G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back to D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at that. G, D, G, D. I know when you're first learning, when you're a beginner, you can. It's okay to look at the frets, look at what you're doing, making sure your fingers are in the right place, make sure that thumb is up, you're looking at that, so you're making sure that's happening. Now, when you get going a little bit, you'll be able to just look straight ahead like I'm doing right now, okay? And you're just going back and forth from G to C to D to G. You just get that feeling. You just know, your brain knows where your fingers are going to go, and your fingers know exactly where to hit it on the neck. G, 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 D, D, D. Now we also learned the C chord, which is the second most popular. G is the most popular chord on the guitar. G is the second most popular. D is the third. C, beautiful chord. You'll play it over and over and over in thousands and thousands of songs. First, second, third fret. First finger, second string, first fret. Second finger, 4th string, second fret. Third finger, 5th string, third fret. And you hit it from 5 down. Make sure everyone's sounding. That's your C, C. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. C, C, C. Now let's go from C to G. C to G to D. This video is all about the D chord, so let's really work on this D chord. D, 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 D. You can hit strings 5 to 1, from G to C to D. D, 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 D. I'm going to show you a little thing I learned a long time ago with D, and it's a song that you may remember. I just went from D to G. That's just a D to a G. Dun, 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 dun. Here comes the sun, do 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 do. Here comes the sun, and I say. That actually was D, G, and E. So easy, so easy, so easy. But when you learn these chords like that, you can do that. Let's go back once again and look at this D. I want you to really concentrate. Look at the charts. Look at the fingering chart, and also look at the little bar chart there, okay? D, D, D. Make sure everyone sounds, okay? First finger, 3rd string, 2nd fret. Second finger, 1st string, 2nd fret. Your 3rd finger over here on the 2nd string on the 3rd fret. Keep that thumb underneath there, sound them out. From 5 to 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. D, D, D. Now transition from D to G. Look at the charts. Remember G, G. That was our video 1 on the chord series. Let's go to C. C, C, C. G, D. Now, we're not really strumming when we're doing this. We're sounding every note out, so that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. You can play that strum if you want, where you're just kind of doing that on the D. Look at the pick hand. Look at my pick hand. You're actually seeing I'm just hitting different strings. Doesn't matter what string I hit. Doesn't matter. I'm hitting at least 4 to 1. You can do 5 to 1. D, 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 G. Same thing, just moving my pick finger around. C, back to G, back to D. D, D, D. You will see it everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. Learn this chord, learn this chord. There's so many songs that just have those 3 notes, G, C, and D. In fact, I just put a video up called Leaving on a Jet Plane by John Denver that's on my channel. It's only the 3 chords, G. I'm leaving G on a jet plane C. Don't know when I'll be back again. Just G and C. Oh, babe, da 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 D. There's the D, there's the D, there's the D. Da 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 da. G, C, da da. Oh baby, G, C, da 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 D. So check that song out on my channel called Leaving on a Jet Plane. It only uses those 3 chords that we've learned so far, G, C, and D. It's very, very easy. Just make sure you keep practicing. You'll always hear me say, make sure your fingernails are trimmed, okay? On this hand mainly. I see some people letting their fingernails go on this hand because they like to do the pickaroo here. That's okay. I kind of like to use the pick, but make sure, because you won't be able to get those notes down, especially when you get down like a C, where you're actually pushing these thin notes down. Okay, when you're pushing these big, thicker strings down, it's a little easier. But on these up here, your fingernail can actually get in the way if you're not careful. That's why it's really important to get that thumb underneath there, get those fingers to come straight down, okay? Just make sure, practice, practice, practice sounding each note out, each note out. There's a C, we're talking about D, talking about D, 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 D. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. There is the famous D chord, the third most popular chord on the guitar. G is number 1, C is number 2, D is number 3. Make sure you continue to watch this channel, watch this series, because we're going to go to A, we're going to do F, we're going to hit about 12 of them all together. And my goodness, if you learn all 12, you're going to go on. You're going to hit the tour circuit. You can go anywhere you want and play just about anything you want with 12 chords. You can play thousands of songs with 3. Imagine what it's going to be like if you play 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 12 like we're going to do. You can just go and go and go. Wherever you go, you can play just about anything you want. I hope you're enjoying this series. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Give me a like. Tell your friends. There's a lot of guitar videos out there, but I hope you're sticking with me because I'm taking you very slow through this. It's not just for seniors. This is for anybody that plays the guitar, okay? I'm teaching you step by step, and I'm teaching you realistic ways because this is the way I learned. I didn't learn by doing a bunch of fancy riffs and all that. I learned like doing this D chord, but then I learned what I could do with that D chord. I could go from D to D minor to D7. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the third most popular guitar chord. The first is G, the second is C, this one is D. You can play thousands of songs with that. I hope you enjoy what you're seeing on this channel. Make sure you like and make sure you subscribe to the channel so you'll be right there when I release more and more videos. We got a bunch of new stuff coming out. We got a bunch more chord videos. We got song videos. You can check my other channel, which is Senior Sing and Play, where I try to cover some of these songs. Don't cover all of them, but I try to cover as many of them as I can. So I hope you enjoyed it. I look forward to seeing you next time.